Good thing they're not Tuesday night football. Yes. It's live stream. Live. I'm going to call to order the regular council meeting of Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. Township of Black River, Masson acknowledges the Apatipi and Sinapec Nation traditional territory. We live, play, and work here together, and together we shall build a strong and inclusive community. A reminder to all in attendance that council meetings are recorded and made available to the public on the township website for review. Confirmation of agenda. We're going to make an amendment to that right away, in that we are going to remove items 13 and 14, which is our closed session and our business arriving from closed session, because we just had our closed meeting. So we're going to delete 13 and 14. Can we do that again? Sure. Oh, sorry, move in a second, please. Oh, should we defer some items or just take them for information? Move the items that we'll just receive rather than keep them. Okay. Move in a second, please. Councillor Allen and Bouchard.
Moved by Councillor Allen, seconded by Councillor Bouchard. Be it resolved that the agenda for the regular meeting of September 10th, 2024 be approved as amended, deleting items number 13 and 14.
All in favor? Carried. Disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Don't see any. Adoption of minutes of the special council meeting of August 2024. Be it resolved that the minutes of August 2024 special council meeting be adopted. Moved and seconder. McCutcheon and Battery. All in favor? Carried. Consent agenda. We have 3 items on there. Be it resolved that the consent agenda items as listed on the September 10th, 2024 council agenda be received as the motions contained therein be approved and recorded as listed below. I can go through the same time. Be it resolved that council received the Port Point Health Unit to Temiskaming Health Unit merger community update as information. Be it resolved that council supports the lobbying efforts of the town of Cochrane with the amended under OREG 391-21, so that producers are responsible for their end-of-life management of recycling products from all sources, and that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the Premier of Ontario, the Minister of Environment, Conservation of Parks, local MPP, FCM, and AMO. And be it resolved that council supports the letter template submitted by AMO in relation to doctor shortages, and that council permits staff to send our letter template on behalf of the Township of Black River, Masson. And moving our seconder. Councillor Allen, Councillor Gathering. Questions, comments? All in favor? Okay. Do you have a delegation thing?
Yes.
So we have. Excellent. At this point, we don't have the delegation, so we'll move on, and if they show up, we'll dial them back in. Everybody's good with that? New business. Report CAO 2024-09, Northern Spirit Physician Recruitment. Be it resolved that council fund 1/3 of the cost of the travel expenses from Edmonton to Ontario for the physician who will be visiting the area from September 23rd through September 27th. And that council commit to developing a municipal community incentive package for physician recruitment that is competitive with Cochrane and Earsville Homes. Am I gonna move in a second? Anybody wants to speak on it? Actually, maybe at this point, I will mention that the CAO and the clerk treasurer will not be joining us this evening. So in so doing that, if you still want to pose your questions, we can maybe look for them, but in the meantime, at least the questions are out there that we could provide to the appropriate staff. So if you're okay with that, even though not in their presence, but everybody be good with that? Even if we have no questions, well, at least we can receive the report at the very least. So if I can get a mover and a seconder on that. Councilor Guthrie, Councilor McCutcheon. Yeah, so there's Councilor Charbonneau.
This is a motion to fund 1/3 then.
Yeah.
This is not just a information.
Okay, so if you can either defer it or we can discuss it.
I think we should defer it.
You want to defer it? Can we show our hands to defer it? Take care, we'll defer that. Okay. Let's move to reports C 2024-08. Be it resolved that council adopt the proposed appointment of council boards for the remainder of the term as per option 1 in report CT 2024-08. And that council appoint the following member to the police services board, left blank for name, and that council appoint the following member to the Frontier Spirit Committee, left blank for name. And finally, that council direct staff to bring back the planning advisory terms of reference and community adjustment terms of reference with suggested amendments for the next meeting of council. Do I get a move in a second on that? Yeah, I'm gonna discuss it. Councilor Allen and Councilor Allen, Councilor Charbonneau. So everybody has their little chart with who has been provided, so if we'll open up the floor for discussion. Councilor Campson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Can we just make a small change there? Can we switch the planning and advisory committee and the recreational ad hoc committee? Just switch me with Councilor Charbonneau. So
Yep.
put me down as the rec and move Charbonneau to the planning.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and keep track of this, 3 and 2. Okay. Any other Councilor Charbonneau?
I'd like to. So the library board, I have it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
would just like to switch that with, the Committee of Adjustment notified.
Are you okay with that? Looking forward for a hockey team. Any? So where it is right now is that Councillor Sharma, you would have the Accessibility Advisory Committee. You're okay with that?
Yeah.
And Councillor Campbell, you would have the Hospital Board. Councillor McCutcheon, you have Chamber of Commerce. I would continue with the Adjustment Bureau. Committee of Adjustment would be Councillor Sharma and Councillor Campbell. You two okay with that? Library Board would be Councillor Guthrie. Northeastern Community Network would be Councillor McCutcheon. Let's see, Porcupine Health Unit would go back to Councillor Guthrie. We were on that last time. Councillor Allen would take Property Standards Appeal, as well as a role on the Planning Advisory Committee.
Possible. I don't know, Councillor Boucher would be available, if you would like to switch with me.
Which one do you want to switch for the senior?
The rec,
Right?
the recreation ad hoc committee.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Like you go to planning department.
Okay. So on the Planning Advisory Committee would be Councillor McCutcheon, Councillor Charbonneau, and Councillor Bouchard.
Yep.
The Recreation Ad hoc Committee would be Councillor Campbell and Councillor Allen. Senior Advisory Committee would be Councillor Bouchard.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
So now we need to choose the Police Services Board and the Frontier Spirit, which is the old worker bees. So any suggestions or self-nominations for the Police Services Board?
I'll put my name in the consortium.
Who, in their opinion, has enough on the plate to begin with? Because we're gonna have a busy year and a half. So I don't want anybody to get sucked into too many committees and all that, so.
I probably have more time than everybody because I'm retired.
Okay, do we know the terms of reference for the Police Services Board? Can we put 2 on there?
I believe we can only appoint one. Let's check. I think
We'll solve this tonight. So we have 4 vying for Police Services Board.
Somebody else can do it. I was just going.
Okay,
I was going for Frontier Spirit.
you're okay with? We're all okay with Councillor Guthrie?
I'd be interested too, if he's got more, but.
Well, we can put the 2 on and if it's not, we can, if we're denied, we'll come back. Okay. I'm good with that. And the Frontier Spirit, how about that? Just one? Perfect. Perfect, thank you for stepping up. So now we have to reread that motion, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, I can start right here. Yeah, I have to do the whole thing. Okay, so be it resolved, the council adopt the proposed appointment of councils and boards for the remainder of the term as follows. Yep. That's right, okay. Council boards for the remainder of the term as per option 1 amended, which I have, and I'll hand over. And the council appoint the following member to the Police Services Board. Councillor Guthrie and Councillor Bouchard. And the council appoint the following member to the Frontier Spirit Committee, Councillor Allen. And And finally, the council direct staff to bring back the planning advisory terms of reference and committee of adjustments, terms of reference with suggested amendments for the next meeting council. All in favor? Carried. In-kind donation request from Nicole St. Therese. Whereas council acknowledges the absence of an established policy regarding in-kind donation requests. Whereas staff lack the authority to waive fees stipulated in the user bylaw. Whereas council has previously waived the rental fee for the school, therefore be resolved that council proceed as follows regarding in-kind donation request from Nicole St. Therese. I get a mover and a seconder. Councilor Allen, Councilor Gathering. Any comments? Councilor Campbell.
I mean, it's in regards to last year's end of school year.
So what happened is at the time that they requested the in-kind, the free use of the arena, there was no council, so staff charged them. And the
Okay, so
school
they're
paid it.
asking for a refund.
So now they're asking for a refund, and that's something that we normally do for, especially for children, so. That's what the motion is to give them their money back. I don't know what the charge was, but it's something we normally do. So if someone wants to make a suggestion as to whether we provide the in-kind donation and give them their money back, or if we just keep it and move forward. Councilor Hutchin?
Commissioner, I recommend we get the money back.
For the kids,
One second.
everybody's in agreement with that? Okay. So. It's gonna read, therefore be resolved that council proceed as follows regarding in-kind donation request from Nicole St. Therese. We will refund their payment for the use of the arena. All in favor? Carried. Budget and approval and cash flow, we can just receive that report tonight, we can't discuss it, but if I'll read the resolution and we will at least receive it. Be resolved, the council received report CAO 2024-08B, and that council approve sending a letter to the Ministry of Municipal Affairs to defer any delay in the payment of the first quarter OMPF payment to the township due to the extenuating circumstances created by the dissolution of council. If I can move in a seconder. Councilor Allen, Councilor Bouchard. Any comments on the wording on the resolution?
I think, sorry,
Pardon me?
I think it should just say, as information.
As if, yeah,
Yeah, so you remove the second.
it does indicate that we're sending a letter to the Ministry of Municipal Affairs. I don't know if we're comfortable with doing that tonight, given those circumstances that have arrived. If we want to, we can cross that section off if you want, and delay the sending the letter. Everybody wants to redo that wording? Okay. Yeah, or we could defer it. We could defer the entire resolution. Yeah. Yeah. Would you rather defer it and not, we've received already, we've read it, but if you want to just defer it, we can talk about it at a later date.
I'd like to defer it.
Gonna move in a second here to defer it then. McCutcheon and Gathering. All in favor? Approved. Let's see where this next one's gonna go. do we want to defer the next item?
Oh, you don't want to read it up?
No, I saw the length and I'm not reading that. So do we want to defer that? Item E? You want to defer it?
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna move in
defer
a
it.
second to defer item E. Counselor Campbell and Counselor Allen. All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved, the council receive the council training mem. And that council continue work with the CAO to set up training dates and times. So I think we should have a discussion this. Can I get a move in a second, please? Councilor Bouchard, Councilor Gathering. Chardon, sorry. Chardon was first. Sorry, ma'am. Questions or comments? I'm gonna make a comment that right now we have this memo that we have received is in-house training with clerk treasurer and the CAO. It is with Aqua, who provides our water. It is with KPMG. It's with our lawyer and it's with the Integrity Commission. That's arranged from staff. I'm suggesting that we move forward with trying to find a third-party professional trainer for the items that relate to council business. We can still receive our Aqua training and we can still receive our KPMG training, which is pretty much like budgetary items as well, but we strongly believe we need the professional. Right. So if we wanted to amend that so that we could get that, we could get direct staff to start setting that up for us. Because I think it's very important. If we take the same training twice, it's not gonna do us very good. So, yeah, you do it. No, you don't. You don't know. Yep. Yeah. Just read it and then move the second one.
Be it resolved, the council received the council training memo, and the council directs staff to source third-party training.
If I get a move in a second on that. So, Councilor Gathering, Councilor Bouchard. All in favor? Carried. Report INF 2024-01 winter sand tender results. Be it resolved that council award the winter sand tender to Miller Paving as submitted under tender number RFT 2024-INF-01 in the amount of 79,950 excluding HST. I get a move in a seconder. Councilor Allen, Councilor Charbonneau. Any comments? Councilor Allen.
There's only one to go with, and I find from a procurement point of view that even though we only had one, we should maybe go out for tender again and see if we can access more people to get a better option to choose from, because I think just having one is placing all our marbles in one bucket kind of thing.
Councilor Charbonneau.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I agree with Councilor Allen, and I also believe it's not gonna snow tomorrow. So I've been pretty busy lately, so I haven't had a chance to look at what we usually spend in the winter. And I'd like to find that out before passing something like this, just to compare, right?
Yeah, you'll notice in the report, it was very vague as to what the comparative to last year was.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd like to do some research on it first and just, what if last year was 60,000, now we're spending 79? I'd like to know why.
Uh, just for information purposes, your worship.
Yeah.
It did come in, at, sorry, our budget for 2023 was, $80,100. So this actually came in under our 2023 budget, not our 2024.
Yeah.
It's for the same increase. And it's less than what we spent last year. And this would be enough for the entire system.
That's good. You still want to go back into the tender process?
Who's the other option that we have? So this, we're getting this locally? Right, that's a salted sand that we're getting for the streets,
And this came from Miller Paving.
which is maybe in John.
Don't know where they quoted from. We weren't part of the tender opening, so I can't really tell you.
What are the other option? Is that the one that they put the sand in the megadome? Is that where that's in? Okay, so somebody else can bring it to us because it's on our property, right?
Right, Miller Paving would be.
Delivering it to us, so we could have another company deliver it to us the same way.
Again, through you, Mr. Mayor, there was only the one submission for the request for tender. So I'm not sure that putting it out again would result in any additional submissions. But it was put out according to our procurement policy.
Mhm. I tend to go, Councilor McCutcheon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. How long does the tender process actually take?
We have to put it out for a minimum of, I believe it was 10 days. So this one was out for approximately 2 weeks.
And we only got one response. How far does the tender go to? Is it just local or does it?
It's posted online in the newspaper. And then I'd have to check to see if there's any additional questions.
So again, because I'm new at this, when we send out a tender, what's our catchment strip? We put it in ads and 125 kilometers out, so. The district of Cochrane, do we go into Timiskaming, do we let anybody go in it or?
Anybody can bid. In this particular case, it was put into the newspaper and it was on just through our website. There is an opportunity, of course, to use
Broader platform of it? We use a standard platform of just the township website and the local newspaper and.
I believe we do also put it on one government tendering website.
and government tender.
Yeah.
I mean, it's limited,
Councilor
it's
Bishop.
limited the amount of companies that can actually bid on this, and it's not everybody.
I would tend to agree with Councillor Charbonneau. If we took the time to another 2 weeks, but see who bid on it last year. Because I think we had more than one option last year when we did our winter sand. And I'd be curious to know why that other company might not, or those other two companies aren't bidding again this year. I don't want to, even though we're under budget, I don't want to sell ourselves short. Councilor McCutcheon.
Thanks, Mr. I think I agree with Mr. Charbonneau. I think we should hold off on this and maybe put it back. As soon as the tender's only 10 days, we're only in September. We're not under the gun right now. We could probably put it back out. Once we do a little bit of research on this. I can appreciate that it's less than what we paid last year, but again, being fiscally responsible, if nobody, any of the bigger companies never got a chance to look at it, or it wasn't broadcast behind. So
So we can amend the resolution to indicate that we'll
Back up for
put back up to tender for another procurement. Would you be okay with that if we amended the resolution then?
Yeah, the only issue I have with that, Mr. Mayor, is if we just do the exact same scope and the same broadcast, we may only get the same person in only one vendor. I think we should expand where we broadcast this to. Like whatever meetings that whatever the other towns, maybe contact the other townships to find out how they get into the bigger spectrum of.
And second year where we rewrite it.
Be it resolved that council directs staff to reissue the winter sand RFT and to increase the advertisement.
I'm gonna move in a second on the amendment. Councilor McCutcheon and Councilor Charbonneau. All in favor? Pass.
We're talking about sand.
We have no notice of motions. We move to reports. Report CT 2024-09. The by-election accessibility report. Be it resolved that the council acknowledges the receipt of report CT 2024-09 regarding dealing with barriers and for candidates and the electors with a disability as per section 12.1 of the Municipal Elections Act 1996. So we're just acknowledging that we received it. So if I could have a mover and a seconder, Councilor Gadry, Councilor Allen. Any questions, comments? Carried. Report CT 2024-10, report under regulation 28909. Be it resolved that council acknowledges the receipt of report CTT 2023-04 regarding the Ontario Regulation 28409 report dealing with certain budget matters. Again, we're just acknowledging that we're receiving it, so if I could have a mover and a seconder. Councilor Charbonneau, Councilor McCutcheon. All in favor? Carried. Memo CT 2024-11. Signing officer. Be it resolved that council receive CT 2024-11. And that council provide the following council member name to reflect bylaw 2034-32. I could get a mover and a seconder so we can discuss it. Councilor Charbonneau, Councilor McCutcheon. I'm sure there's going to be discussion about this. Any questions, comments? Councilor Allen.
Suggest. Councilor John,
What's that?
I suggest Councilor.
Oh. This is basically, last year we had Councilor Neal, who lived in town and worked in town, was available to sign in the case that the mayor was unavailable. So this is identical. So it would be myself and one other council. So Councilor Bouchard,
I'd be available to do that.
either or, is anyone vote in favor of Councilor Campbell?
Can we just have to pick one, or can we have more than one? I mean, there's more than one of us that are within a few minutes from the township office that are available.
Yeah, I think the whole idea here is just to eliminate having too many people with too much knowledge signing too many checks. So if we could just choose one and be happy with that, that would be. So we have Counselor Bouchard and Counselor Sharp.
I would recommend Counselor Bouchard because I mean, I do work out of towns and you know what I mean? Like, I think Counselor Bouchard is more at the office, not too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will, Counselor Bouchard. The resolution is be it resolved that council receives CT 2024-11 and that council provide the following council member name to reflect bylaw 2034-32. Counselor Bouchard. All in favor? Carried. Report CT 2024-11. Might be a mistake on the report number, the same report number as above. It is report CT 2024. Be it resolved that council received the report CT 2024-11. That's regarding the labor interruption costs. If I could have a move and a seconder. Counselor Charbonneau, Counselor Gaddy. All in favor? All in favor for that we received the report. Oh, no, okay.
There seems to be a discrepancy in the numbers.
No, one's report and one's a memo. The one above is a memo. Counselor Cancel.
Thank you. Are we gonna come back and question these later? Cause
Yeah.
we can't, we
When
can
we
do
have-
that now.
When we have personnel that can answer. You good, Counselor Bouchard? Okay. Can I ask you to show of hands again, just because. Good, Karen. Utility income statement with budget variance period ending August 31st, 2024. Be it resolved that council receive the utility income statement with budget variance period ending August 31st, 2024. And move a seconder. Counselor Charbonneau and Counselor Gadry. Any questions, comments at this point? Counselor Charbonneau.
Again, if there's any questions, we should be able to bring this back up once we
Because we're gonna, as well as we're driving through the budget, many of these items are gonna come up. All in favor? Third. Under bylaws. That bylaw number 2024-32 being a bylaw to appoint signing officer for the municipal corporation of the township of Blackbird, Masson be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed this 10th day of September 2024. If I could get a move and a second on that, please. Councilor Campbell and Councilor Charbonneau. Any questions or comments? I'm gonna comment, no one else does. In the report. In the bylaw, I should say. Item line number 1, the treasurer or the CEO and the mayor or councillor Ward 6 in this indication be authorized to sign checks on behalf of the corporation of township Blackwood Masson. And number 3, that the treasurer or CAO be authorized to transfer funds between banking and investment accounts as required via telephone, facsimile, and or internet transactions. Just want to make sure everybody is okay with that portion of the bylaw. Councilor Sherman?
I'd like to amend the bylaw if we can. We'd have to bring it back.
No, we could pass a resolution to pass the bylaw as amended. Assuming it's a simple.
It's pretty simple.
So what's the simple amendment?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think, from now on, the mayor and the designated councillor should have control for the time being. I understand there's urgencies, but again, we chose a councillor that's close, you're close. You should be available for urgencies, right?
So would the amendment be in line 3 that the
Mostly for
treasurer,
line one,
for me?
mostly for line one.
Yeah. So in line 1, it's saying that treasurer or the CEO and one of our representatives be signing checks, but number 3 says that transfer between funds does not include the mayor or council representative.
We have to add that there.
So if we amended number 3 to say that the treasurer or CEO and the mayor and councillor were 6, so that we're aware at all times of what money transfer taking place.
And number one has to, I would remove treasurer or CAO and just leave it mayor and council for now. Like, we need to control the money there. It's, I mean, we used to have 15 or 18 million dollars, and we're down to 0, so there's something wrong.
Okay, so your authorization would be under 1 would be remove the treasurer and CEO and just be that the mayor and council ward. And number 3, how do you want that amended, Councilor Sherman?
Upon acceptance of the mayor and or councillor appointed.
Okay. Get that?
Upon approval.
Councilor McCutcheon?
I have a question. It takes 2 signatures on a check. Cash it, the, right? Do we do that? Has to be 2 signatures?
Yeah, there would be either the mayor or in this case, the Ward 6 councillor. As well as either the CA.
So 1 staff and 1 council.
So you'd still require 2 signatures in my opinion.
Councilor McCutcheon?
I think number 1. Says that the treasurer or CEO. And the mayor or councillor in Ward 6, so it has to be the treasurer. And the mayor or Ward 6. Or the CEO. And the mayor in Ward 6 to sign the check. Or does it also say the treasurer and CEO can sign a check without the mayor or the councillor?
No, it's one or the other.
One or the
So
other?
the treasurer or CAO and the mayor or council.
There's always required to have one of these.
I don't understand why the CEO has to be. I can understand why the treasurer might be there.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why the CEO would be there. The CEO can direct the treasurer to request funds or to sign checks.
Yeah,
Please. I suggest that would be. Somebody wasn't available to sign a check, similarly to having a Ward 6 councillor along with the mayor.
Like a holiday or something.
Okay.
Just
We had a deputy treasurer or something like that, and if it, this year, please then just put the treasurer or deputy treasurer.
yeah, trying to eliminate too many hands in
Yeah.
the jar here.
Well, as long as the mayor has to sign, then we'll be.
As long as the mayor or the councillor has to sign the check, then.
And the transfer between funds. Or
Yes.
And
between-
the
Yeah,
transfer between funds.
Okay.
I struggle with why.
Only section 3.
So Councilor Sharma will just amend section 3 that they indicate that the treasurer, or CEO, and the mayor or councillor Ward 6 be authorized to transfer funds. Okay. Wanna read that again? Are we able to read that 3 times in class? I think we're gonna do it once tonight and then.
No, you can leave it.
That, I'm going to reread the bylaw, the bylaw number 2024-32 being a bylaw to appoint signing officer for the municipal corporation of the township of Blackford, Madison. We read the first, second, third time. And finally passed this 10th day of September as amended. That line 3 read that the treasurer or CAO and the mayor or council ward 6 be authorized to transfer funds between banking and investment accounts as required via telephone, facsimile, and or internet transaction. If I get a move in a second on the amended Councilor Charbonneau and council. All in favor? Carried. So quite obvious, we're not going to get a budget presentation this evening.
It is possible that the meeting was switched over. We might have had some.
So we'll still be live streaming a little bit. Okay. Okay, we can I'll take a quick washroom break. We're gonna try and find either our delegation or our budget presentation. So if you don't mind, we'll then stretch our legs and we won't be live.
That's correct.
Okay.
We'll leave live.
Okay, we'll leave live for a few minutes and we'll come back, try and find our individuals. Fortunately, because we moved the meeting, the closed meeting to 5:15, some people might have figured that the regular meeting was 5:15 and they didn't show up. Apologize. But as soon as we're not live, we can stand up, stretch legs. And your phones. I know. Do you have, yeah, good. Yeah. No. These are. I had a bunch of them.
Yeah. Mayor Diamond.
Hmm?
So